Hi there and welcome back to Japan and to my reaction and review to YUKO SUZUHANA performing what I believe is a solo song. I think the song's called Shigin. I'll find out. And anyway, hey, I've already uploaded this so you can see I've already got the title and put it on the thumbnail and the title of the video, so I know at least by then, and so do you. Anyway, as is now the formula for these videos, because of various copyright things, if you want to see I'm going to do the review now. If you want to see the reaction, click the link in the description below, which will just take you to a player where you can see the reaction segment. Otherwise, I'm going to let you do that. Have you checked it out? Have you checked out the reaction? Have you heard the song before? Have you already heard it? Is it done? Are we ready to do the review? Pause this if we aren't. Okay, it's review time. So, well, let's start with the obvious. I can't really criticise her voice. I love her voice, and this, again, is the epitome of why. It's a very short song with very slow melody, so if anything, it feels less like a song, or more just a single passage with an overarching melody that goes from a start to an end. It doesn't even almost really fall into segments. It just is a melody from beginning to end, a very simple passage of a slow, melodic, traditional piece of music. Now, in that sense, it works. I mean, it's going for a very simple, sort of traditional sense. I actually don't know if this is already a well-known traditional song. Apologies if it is. I don't know. I'm working from the basis that it might not be, that it's already written for her. However, it does sound like it just kind of, in her voice, it works really well. The backing was nicely performed with sort of, you know, the koto was used nice. There's a lot of feeling in the way it was played, and the shakuhachi as well. Very sort of minimalist, delicate, but just accenting the right parts of the backing. It was what you'd expect from traditional Japanese music. It was minimalist, but very good at highlighting each sound. It's like, rather than excess, just all the right things in the right places, which is what I think most people would agree is the real quality of traditional Japanese music, and this really highlights that. Now, her vocal performance was just brilliant as always. I love the fact that she nailed every single note with no problem, absolutely nailed all of them, and just the way that she starts with the note, it starts the note perfect and then just adds that vibrato, that little bit of wobble. The wobble, of course, being a very intentional sort of vocal timbre, you know, a detail, a sound, a texture added to the voice, which is the way you sort of add a little bit of feeling to a held note. And she did that, the way she nailed each note and then just added that in, that little bit of vibrato as it went on. It just felt perfect. Obviously, this is such a short piece that on its own, it's not one of those ones you're going to come back and say, oh, that's you know, a piece I'm going to replay forever and ever and ever. It's too short for that. It feels like it's like when they take a piece of classical music and they just take one movement out of the piece and they go, oh, this is the famous bit everyone knows. Listen to that for 4 minutes and then it's over. You know, it feels like it belongs as part of a larger piece than rather just on its own. However, it just, as a showcase, if you like, as a demonstration, it's just a nice little soundbite, a nice little something to take you away for a couple of minutes. It works really well. And in that aspect, I think that's what it's intended to be, and I think that's how it works. I just found this very, very enjoyable. The feeling was there. The performance was perfect. There's nothing to really be faulted on it. There's nothing you could really add because it's very much of its style, and there's nothing you would take away because everything that was in there worked brilliantly. Yeah, it's very hard to critique beyond that. I will point out, I loved the video. As I was just saying in the reaction, which you probably caught, it had that vibe that anyone who's like a creative who started making their own music maybe when they were younger, they know that feeling where you want to put together just like a simple video, just a simple visual to go with your song. And there's all kinds of things people do, whether it be sticking a camera to a train window just so you get a nice panorama to play alongside it, or whether it just be taking a camera and putting it somewhere which looks nice and then standing in front of it and singing your song. I've seen all kinds of amateur music videos which are kind of really just nice, and they show sort of like a simple ambition. I think what I really like about those is it shows people getting up and actually putting in the effort, even when they got minimal tools to make a video. And that's what this looked like to me. I mean, if there was anyone else involved in making this video, they didn't lift a finger. This had that real vibe of, she got like a little stand, put the camera down and just, oh, this is a nice place. I'll put a camera here and then I'm just going to perform to it. Right down to her slightly nervous face, where it almost looks like she's just sitting there knowingly on her own, singing to a camera, wondering, oh, is someone going to come by and think I'm crazy? And, you know, sort of the bits where she's coming up to the camera from a slightly strange angle, adjusting her hair. This really had the vibe to me of someone who made this on their own, in their own time, maybe beyond their own confidence, just because they wanted a visual to go with the song. So yeah, massive credit. I hope that's the case because it had that vibe, and if that is the case, then it just, to me, like I say, I like when I see amateur musicians, as I'm assuming she was at the time she did this, doing that kind of thing. I just think it shows something really of the spirit of a properly creative person, especially when you're so talented as a vocalist and clearly not as talented as a video maker, but you're going to go out there and you're going to give it a go. Love that. So yeah, I made a lot of assumptions on this because I don't know, but I am assuming this is pre-Wagaki Band. This is probably pre any form of fame. Maybe this was her auditioning for something. Maybe this was a video that she just did to get some attention from people in the music industry. I don't know, but I get that vibe. Someone who's not famous, solo making this, brilliant. Loved it. So that's really all I've got to say about this. It's a very simple one to sum up. Good stuff all around. What can you possibly criticise? So as always, get in the comments, tell me what you think, whether you like this or not, whether you be a fan of theirs or not. Get in the comments, tell me what you think. Remember that you can also follow the links in the description below to our Discord, where we're waffling about music all the time. And also, you can check out our Reddit, where we can take suggestions for new songs. That's a great place to do that. As well, we've got some good little conversations and things going on there as well, actually. We've got more and more activity on the Reddit, which I'm really enjoying now. Also, there's our Patreon. Big thank you to our Patreon supporters for making the channel look so nice and supporting, by giving enough money to get posters and some little LED lights to make my face visible and stuff. Whether that's a good thing, I don't know. And also, a big thank you to Daniel Gazette Free, who managed to... He did put a lot of subscribe links on that video. You can calm down with him, Daniel. However, massive thanks for the fact that he's managed to retain these videos and put them on YouTube. So do check out his channel, watch there, because he's got some really cool stuff, especially for YUKO SUZUHANA. And do give him a subscribe. And give us a subscribe if you don't mind, and likes and all that kind of YouTube stuff. Anyway, look, thank you for making it through to the end of the video. And until I see you hopefully soon on the next video, for now, ciao, ciao.